Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to our service of worship here at Kirkpatrick Memorial. So, we're back on the sofas again, I'm afraid, but well done, everybody, for making your way here this morning. For would-be saints and sinners, for the searching and the sorrowful, for the suffering and the scarred, you have all found yourself in the right place this morning. Well, we've been thinking about Abraham on these Sunday mornings, how God called him and how God made him a special promise, a covenant. And he made that not just with Abraham, but for his descendants, the generations who would follow. Well, Isaiah brought God's words to some of those descendants at a time when they were exiled, when they felt that the rug of life had really been pulled out from under their feet. And perhaps holding on to this covenant, well, by their very fingertips. Here's what he said. Heavens, raise the roof. Earth, wake the dead. Mountains, send up cheers. God has comforted his people. He has tenderly nursed his beaten up, beaten down people. But Zion said, I don't get it. God has left me. My master's forgotten that I even exist. Well, can a mother forget the infant at her breast? Walk away from the baby that she bore? But even if mothers forget, I will never forget you. Never. Look, I have written your names on the back of my hands. Maybe this morning you're feeling a bit beaten up and beaten down. Like you've had the rug of life pulled from under your feet. And maybe we feel like we're holding on to these promises by our very fingertips. Well, I encourage you in this moment to look up and to reclaim some heavenly perspective. Remember this God who writes your name on the back of his hands. Remember what he did. Emmanuel, God with us. These words from John's Gospel. The life light was the real thing. Every person entering life, he brings into light. He was in the world. The world was there through him. And yet the world didn't even notice. He came to some people, but they didn't want him. But whoever did want him, who believed he was who he said he was, and would do what he said, he made to be their true selves, their child of God selves. The Word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighbourhood. We saw the glory with our own eyes, the one of a kind glory. Emmanuel, God with us. Come, rejoice.